All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with the second video of the day. We are going to cover some altcoins. Okay, so first off, Ethereum here. Ethereum on the 4 hour, we're seeing a pretty nice recovery as well. Let me go ahead and turn off everything real quick, and I'm going to zoom out to that weekly chart because I want to talk about this weekly ascending channel since June of 2022. And what's really important with this channel here is that we maintain a weekly close within this channel. So let me go ahead and turn these ranges off. Let's zoom out to the weekly chart and let me close this down so I have a full, here we go. All right, guys, so weekly chart, we have been trading in this ascending channel very nicely on the weekly chart from June of 2022, from these lows here at $900, excuse me. And yesterday, we had a capitulation out of this channel. We did not swing fail the pattern. We did not take the liquidity of these lows here. We front ran the lows, which is kind of a bearish sign. I would have liked to at least came a little bit lower, took the liquidity of these weekly lows here, these semi-equal lows, and then we could have made a move back. Now, Ethereum, as of now, the weekly candle is back within the channel. And if we can close this weekly candle back within the channel, we can probably just continue this trend on the weekly and continue higher. But if we close this weekly candle outside of the channel, we could definitely come for these lows, if not even lower. So let's go ahead and zoom in here and let's look at what happened. Let's go on to the 1 hour chart, and you can see here that Ethereum is making, and this is actually, you guys, I know this wick is a very strong wick here. This is almost like a doji candle though. And if we look at the volume here on Ethereum, we do see some spikes to the upside when we were busting back into the channel, which is a good sign. We got above the VWAP, back tested the VWAP here, busted back into the channel with volume. And now our key support level is going to be holding the back test of this channel. If we come down to this channel area, what we can do here is we can do a couple things. We'll pull a couple Fibonacci's. We'll go from the lows. Let me redo that. Fibonacci from the low to the high that we made. And you can see our 382, which is support and resistance in the strong trend, is right around that channel, weekly channel. I would say because it's a weekly zone, if we drop to the 382, that's acceptable. We also had our VWAP close right at that 382. So this here is our local support area to be watching, our bigger support area. And then we also, if we do a Fibonacci pull from this second lower high here, if this was a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in the fourth wave right now, we'll see a 4, 5, 4, 5 to the upside. We can look at our golden pocket here, and you can see our golden pocket is right on the back test of the weekly channel. So I would say this area here is going to be our first major area of support to be watching for Ethereum to make a higher low and to continue to bounce back up within this weekly channel to close this weekly candle back within this weekly ascending channel. Now, let me go back in here, and I'm going to turn on all my tools and retracement, all this stuff that I had on here, because yesterday in the video I talked about possible levels of resistance to come in on the chart. And you will see very nicely here, we hit into that exact level that I was looking at here, the value area low back test of the bigger range. Let's go zoom out onto the 12-hour chart. And if we look at that value area low now, if we take all of this as one big range here, so we can go from these highs here all the way across, you can see our value area low now. It's moved up just a little bit since yesterday, but we back tested our value area low, and so far we are rejecting from the back test. What that is telling me is that Ethereum might be confirming lower price targets back within this channel here, down here. We could see how we had like this upper part here, a lower part here, an upper part here. I described this yesterday as well. Well, now we could be trading back in a fair value between this area here, like this area. And so Ethereum really needs to hold this local support that I just pointed out to you guys, that local golden pocket back test at the pitch for, or at the base of the channel, base of our weekly channel. Now, we did reject from our value area at low and golden pocket. We didn't actually touch the golden pocket though yet. And this golden pocket pull is just from our last high on the daily down to our low that we made, our flash crash low that we made yesterday. So we are seeing a rejection from our resistance here. Now I'm going to go on to my other Ethereum chart, and I want to show you we also rejected from the midline of this big descending channel that we've been trading in. You can see we wicked quite a ways past it, but we even closed our 12-hour candle back within the range, back within this descending channel. So really big, Ethereum is still trading within this descending channel, this pink 4 hour, whatever you want to call it. Time frame doesn't matter. We're trading within this pink descending channel. And we did come up to the midline of this channel, and we did reject from the midline of this channel. Let me go to our hourly chart. You can see we pumped right up to the midline of our channel, and we're rejecting from the midline of our channel. Now, I did like this up here, this golden pocket. I did want to see us come a little bit higher to our golden pocket because we also have our anchored VWAP. Now, this anchored VWAP here is from those key lows that are at $2,000. So if we zoom out to the daily and we look at these lows right here at the bottom of our lower range that we were forming here. So our anchored VWAP is from these lows here. You can see our anchored VWAP bearish backtest because we lost it. So now we're coming up for a bearish backtest. It's right at our golden pocket. But also look at our pitchfork that we broke down from. We rejected from the midline of the pitchfork, rejected from the midline. We're trading around in this band of the pitchfork for a bit. Hit to the bottom, and that was that one day we called this perfectly. There was a naked weekly point of control right there as well. We saw a strong bounce back up into the band. Finally, we were chopping around in this band for a bit. We lost the band, back tested the band, back tested again, and then we dropped through. So we have now just above us our pitchfork bearish retest at the 0.65 and our anchored VWAP bearish backtest right up here. If we can get back into the value area low of the range. Now let's zoom out onto this chart here. That other chart was Coinbase. Let's zoom out onto Bybit's chart and let's do the range pull here and let's see if it is the same here because we've been having. So yeah, our value area low is a little bit lower on Coinbase. Let me make sure. Let me pull this all the way to like right there. Okay, so yeah, we did reject from our value area low again. That is a bearish sign that we're losing a major range. We did close back within the descending channel, so that is somewhat of a bullish sign. And we are above the weekly ascending channel, so that is somewhat of a bullish sign. But the bearish signal that we are getting here, that we might see some lower moves or at least a lower high, a higher low retrace right now, is that we are rejecting from this value area low. Now, if we can get above the value area low and come to this golden pocket, I still would look for a rejection. Say we're going to just, let me actually get in here onto the hourly chart. And let's say that we are just going to start to form a range around here for a bit, bust up, hit into this area of resistance at $3,017, about $3,000. We could drop back down, now back test the channel midline as support, and that's also in confluence with our value area low, and then we might continue higher or we might just bust through it and come down to our, now the bottom of our channel is also in alignment with that monthly level. Now that monthly's been tapped because we tapped it yesterday, but it's still a valid level to look for. Also, what we can do here is, let me get rid of this stuff here, and we will look at our larger golden pocket pull from the lows of the move to our highs today, and our 0.5 is right around that area. Now, if this is the start of a bigger impulse up, we could see this as a wave 1. We could retrace to the 0.5 on wave 2 and then explode up to the point of control on wave 3 or even higher. So it's key. I'm just going to go back to this. It's key to close this weekly candle back within that ascending channel. If we do not close that weekly channel back within that ascending channel, and I have the ascending channel on this chart as well, so let me turn it on and you guys can see, here we go, that weekly ascending channel. No, that's the wrong one. That's a horizontal channel. Let's look at that. Yeah, that's a horizontal range that I pulled based off of these lows here and these highs up here. Now, I know you can't even tell the midline is right here. I know that's hard to see with all this junk coming in, but our midline is also right around the resistance we're at now. Let me go ahead and hide some of this stuff so you can see this channel. Let's hide this, and you can see this channel here. Let's actually make it a color. Like, let's make it yellow so you guys can see. So you see this weekly ascending channel, or parallel channel, excuse me, parallel channel that we're seeing here. That's another channel that I'm keeping on the chart, but let's see here. I do believe I have it. Okay, we can get rid of that one. Here it is, weekly log channel. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn this channel off. And you can see our weekly log channel in pink here. We need to close above the channel on the weekly. But we can even come down. I would say even we still have, 6 days left in the week. So we could even come back down to back test the bottom of the descending channel in confluence with our monthly and our 0.5, and then still close our weekly candle back within this pink channel at around 26.35, 26.37. Of course, the price is gonna raise as time passes just by a few dollars per hour. So, okay, so that's what we have on Ethereum right now. Now, let's turn on these retraces again, and we will look at some higher levels just in case Ethereum does want to break out and continue higher. We do have this box of resistance. Let's zoom in onto the 2-hour chart. So the box of resistance, and I will make this purple, that is right above us. I did the wrong one. Here we go. Okay, so we have our box of resistance here, and this resistance here, now this is going to act as a resistance. It was a support, we busted through it, now it's going to act as a resistance. Up here, our anchor VWAP, our golden pocket, really the 0.65 of the golden pocket, and the back test of this blue ascending channel, which is the bottom of our pitchfork that we broke out of. If we break it to the upside, we can do a few things here. We'll pull a range just of this lower price action here, this kind of sideways price action we were seeing in this area here before the breakdown. So we'll bring it to here. And you can see our value area low of this range is around our 786 here. This is an area to be watching. Let me go ahead and check for naked daily points of control and naked weekly points of control here. Also, we do have our monthly pivot in there as well. Now, we might hold this as support locally. Let's look here. Okay, so naked daily point of control here around our value area low and our 786, and it's also around the top of the channel. So let's mark that out. That naked daily point of control is going to be around 3250, 3251. Let's do our naked daily point of control, and let me really zoom in here to make sure I got this on there. Okay, there we go. And then we also have a naked daily point of control here at 3094, but let me check our weeklies real quick, and let's see if we have anything on the weekly. Here we go. Yes, okay, so that is our naked weekly point of control as well. So naked weekly point of control here. Let's get that right on there. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's turn on our monthly pivot points. So you can see in this box of resistance, our S1 monthly pivot point is right around 3,000, which I'd say our box of resistance is going to be really from the the 618 here to the top 0.65. So 2971 to 30,017. This is our first box of resistance. We're also rejecting from our very first resistance right now, which was the back test of the value area low and the back test of this descending channel midline. Above us, we do have our monthly pivot point in confluence with our naked daily point of control up here at the top of the channel. We would have to pump up there pretty quickly to get in confluence with the top of the channel. It's more likely that this naked daily point of control and our 786 and value area low. So I would say like this area here to our value area low. Let's do that. And let's do naked daily POC, value area low, 786. Okay. Now this fib pull is from a smaller fib pull. This fib pull here is from the, I know this chart looks messy. Let me clean this up here. And I'm going to go ahead and hide some of these for now. I'm going to keep this one up here because this is our big weekly channel midline. And we do have a naked daily point of control, a 786, and it's our major channel midline. So that is around 38.70. Depending on time-wise, it will raise up just a little bit. And you can see another key resistance above us. Our point of control of this smaller range is in confluence with our naked daily point of control. So 3,336 is a resistance to be watching. If we also zoom out here, let's go on to the 8-hour chart, and we will do a pull, golden pocket pull, from the highs at 4,100 all the way to the lows here. Let me fix this. There we go. You can see that our golden pocket is coming in. Well, the 618 of our golden pocket is right on this naked daily point of control and the point of control of this range. So let's go ahead and mark these out. Let me pull these over more. And I'm going to make this box is going to be, I would take this as two separate trades, you guys. So the 618 in confluence with our smaller range point of control and our naked daily point of control, I would take this as a very shallow level here. Let's do so we'll do that 618 there. And then I would look at this. If we break that to the upside, we have to watch for the 0.65 to the value area high as a separate trade, even though it's pretty close by. I mean, for me, that's on altcoins, that's far enough away where I'd look at these two as two separate trades, even though it's in the same bigger golden pocket. So we would do this, and that's our 0.65 slash value area high. All right, and then, of course, even more to the upside, our big 786 retrace is around our pitchfork band up here at 36.76. I'm not going to mark that out yet because we are just, let's pay attention to the smaller levels first. If we get up here, just be aware at 36.76 is our macro 786 and the top of our pitchfork band. Now, our pitchfork band is rising with every day, with every hour, so it's a dynamic resistance that changes with time, so we do need to watch because depending on how long it takes, that will no longer be in confluence. The big thing for now, for all these altcoins that you'll see in descending channels, is going to be to break the descending channel to the upside and have a real big breakout, because if we break it to the upside, back test it, we could see a big explosion to the upside. So these are really our levels, you guys. Actually, let me undo that. Here we go. And now I will get rid of that. So I know this is a lot on the chart. Let me get rid of some of that there. And yeah, a couple naked daily points of control. Now this naked weekly point of control is kind of floating in the middle of nowhere. But if we are going to do something like a small rejection here, come down, back test the weekly, come, kind of trade for a little while in here. We could see a fake breakout into our naked weekly point of control in alignment with the back test of the pitchfork. And then we could dump. So time-wise, I would like, if we're going to back test this naked weekly point of control, I would like to see some other confluence here time-wise. Let's zoom out onto our weekly chart and let's mark out our new weekly that we have. We have a couple weeklies actually we could mark out. So we have this weekly up here. And we have this weekly down here. So look at this is actually starting to shape up really nice. Now let's go onto our daily chart and let's look at our dailies. And the daily in here. This daily is important because it was our last big daily level before we flushed to the downside. So let's mark out this daily here. Now I know this chart looks really messy right now, guys. Bear with me here. And let's look at some confluence. So this daily up at 34.72 is still fresh. This weekly channel or this weekly resistance that I just marked out at 32.30 is in our box here. So we can mark this box and we will also add a weekly into it. All I'm doing right now is getting different supports and resistances above us, resistances above us and supports below us. I showed you the local supports already, and we are going to mark those out, and then we just play it level to level. If we come up here and we see confirmations, we look for the short, we bring it down. If we come up to this level and we're seeing bearish confirmations, we look for a short, we come down. If we don't see confirmation, we don't trade this. It could just range here and then break up to this one, so we play it level to level in trading, you guys, and you have to use proper risk management. So for instance, if we are planning on shorting this anchored VWAP back test of the pitchfork and it was our 0.65, we would do our short position here and we would have an invalidation for our trade. We would have to set an invalidation for our trade so that when that happens, and screw that thing. All right, so that when that happens, we could have that, stop in place. Really what I would wait for is I'd wait to see the reaction. I would wait for it to hit into that. I'd probably wait for it to reject a little bit, maybe on the 1 minute time frame, just like Bitcoin did earlier today, come up into that local golden pocket retest on the 1 minute chart. You could short the golden pocket retest and put your high above the wick that was created just before that, just minutes before that. So that's what I would look for on these levels here, and then also you'd want to be looking for bear divs on your momentum indicator. You'd want to be looking for other stuff, bear divs on lower time frames here. Now Ethereum, we did reject from the descending channel midline. You can see how many times we tried to test it. We tried to break above it here, couldn't. Tried to test it again, and now we're dropping. So locally, like I said, our first local support level is going to be our golden pocket. I'm all over the place right now. Golden pocket from high to low here. And this golden pocket 786 area. Now, the descending channel on Coinbase is nicer than on Bybits, and it is a little bit higher as well. So let me go ahead and hide this weekly channel here. And you can also see we do have some internal liquidity at this local golden pocket. These lows here before we made that kind of last parabolic push up is at right at, so 26.64 is our local support area. And then of course down here is our golden pocket of our big move. Because the wicks on each exchange were so different too, our golden pockets are going to be a little bit different. But that was quite a wick that we saw. So our golden pocket on this exchange is quite a bit lower than on Coinbase. I really like Coinbase charts better. And so let's go back to Coinbase, and you can see that we rejected from our resistance, our value area low retest. And we do have, let me zoom out here so I can get a better look at what we're seeing. Okay. And then we do have our other levels. Now, our point of control also has this golden pocket as well. I talked about this in yesterday's video. That's that 3,400 level. 36 33.61 to that 34.21, sorry. So that level there, and then I do believe that was where our weekly was. So let's zoom out here onto the weekly and let's put it on this chart. Not quite. Really though, guys, we want to be paying attention to the levels with the most confluence on them. And we can look, this golden pocket pull is from our highs to our lows on the weekly. So this is a big golden pocket pull. It's coming in around our big range that has been our weekly. Now it's turning into like a weekly range here. So this area is going to be a major resistance area. Let's go ahead and pull this out. All right. And then, of course, we do have the value area high of this range is also aligning pretty good with the weekly channel midline at about 3,950. Now, that is on my other chart. I had that marked out already. That is going to be our last resistance. If we break that, we're going to new highs for sure. And then below us, I marked this out in yesterday's video as well. We do have our major support level here at about 1585 to 1500. We have the swing failure pattern of the second pivot of our weekly ascending channel. If we break this ascending channel to the downside and confirm a break to the downside on the weekly, then you can see this ascending second pivot of the ascending channel has a liquidity right into the golden pocket from the lows at $900 to our 4,100 highs. So that level at about 1,500 is important. Now, where we did drop to today, yesterday, was also a really important level because it is our SR flip level. You can see resistance, resistance, broke it, support, support, support all through here, support through here, support through here, support just yesterday. It would have been a really nicer to come down and grab the liquidity. We did not grab the liquidity, so we can still watch for a move down into our 0.65 at $2,000 to actually grab the liquidity if we close the weekly below this ascending channel. Until we close the weekly below this ascending channel, we're not going to entertain this unless we start to see a really bad drop tomorrow or something like that. But we have our levels marked out for Ethereum. Let's just pay attention to it, and I will also put Ethereum, the Coinbase Ethereum in this list as well, so we can check both of them. Next up, let's go to Solana. Solana has actually been doing really nice as well, and let's zoom in onto the hourly chart. Okay, so Solana hit in right into our resistance as well. So once again, Solana bounced from the bottom of our descending channel. It was also a naked daily point of control down here, and I had this support level marked out for a couple weeks now. I've had this in my prior videos. You can see this support level is marked out for weeks. We hit into it, so I'm going to delete that, and I'm also going to delete this naked daily point of control because it's not naked anymore. But you can see that's why we bounced. We bounced from this level. It was also our pitchfork band. You can see these two green lines here are our pitchfork band, our lower pitchfork band here. And so we did bounce from our pitchfork band, the bottom of our channel, our naked daily point of control. We came up last night to the midline, and we did see a rejection from the midline. We got a rejection. Now, this golden pocket is a new golden pocket pull, so I was just entertaining some stuff before making the video. So we did reject from that midline, and we came back down to retest. We didn't actually touch the weekly, but this weekly also is an old weekly, so I'll take it off the chart now after I show you guys this. But we kind of hit the midline, came back to back test the weekly. We did front run the back test, and then we pumped up through the midline and we came up to a key level. So let me go ahead and delete this weekly. And we are at our golden pocket, our local golden pocket. Now this golden pocket pull here is from the last time we touched the highs of the channel up here at 244.70 down to our lows that we made. And you can see our golden pocket here is coming in right where we're rejecting from now. And I was looking, I actually shorted this up here. I took a scalp from these prior lows earlier today. I posted that in the Discord. When I took the scalp, I posted it. I also said my profit was going to be at 218.5 to 220. We hit up into there, and I I took that, and I also took a local short. I did now hit a limit TP on my short at this little, because we were starting to form a range here. So let me go in here. You can see this range we were forming, and these were the range lows. So as soon as I wanted to see an SFP of those range lows, and that's where my 50% TP was from this short up here. And now I will let the rest ride, and I need to protect my position still. So I will do that. I'll do that if I see it moving up during the video. All right, so we're rejecting from our first resistance on Solana. I marked this resistance out yesterday in yesterday's video. We're hitting into that resistance, we're rejecting. You can also see, let me go ahead and hide this box real quick because I want to show you guys, and I'm going to hide the golden pocket as well. It is also the back test of our pitchfork here. So this pitchfork is a pitchfork that we had broken out of. We were hovering above it for a while, but when we re-entered confirmation back into it, just like I explained, anytime you re-enter a pitchfork, you can look for the back test to confirm trading fair value back within the pitchfork level. So we did drop to the bottom bands, held it as support. We pumped up to the bearish back test at the top of the pitchfork, and we are seeing that rejection here at the top of the pitchfork. It was also a golden pocket. I mean, many things. Now, just a bit higher, we do have our value area low of the range that we broke down from yesterday. You know, Ethereum is rejecting from its value area low, bearish backtest right now. Solana hasn't got up there yet. Solana's bearish backtest to the value area high is a little bit higher here at like 225-ish. And it is also the top of our descending channel. Now, Solana's descending channel is quite a bit more steep than Ethereum. So we could see us, if we do something like, you know, we just hold locally, I could even see us coming down to backtest this midline here, then break up into our value area again and above our channel, backtest the value area, backtest our channel, and explode. Now, that's only going to happen if Bitcoin is not nuking. So we have to be aware we could just dump right back down here. And so, and then our other big resistance above us is going to be kind of this cluster heck of stuff. We got our naked weekly point of control right up here at 247. Now this is an SFP of the highs of the last top of the channel. So let me delete that. It's still up there, but I'm just deleting it for now to get it out of the way. So we have the SFP of the highs at pretty much 245 into our naked weekly point of control at 247. And then up here higher, we have our golden pocket, our point of control, our daily level, and a naked daily point of control all in this box. So this box of resistance is a big box of resistance for us to watch. And this box of resistance is going to be from 250 to 256. That is our major level of resistance I would be watching. Point of controls up there, golden pockets up there. And then, of course, we do have some levels up even higher. Let me go ahead and delete this here. Oops, wrong one. All right, let's zoom out actually onto the 12-hour chart again. And we can also, just like Ethereum, we kind of have this higher range that was in here, a lower range that was in here, and kind of this weird, you know, descending range here. So we can do a volume profile pull of this area here, and we can look at this area. Now, our value area high is in this box right here, this box that I just showed you guys, 250 to 256. That's really going to be a strong area here. And then now our point of control of the bigger range is at our daily level here at 238. So we have to mark that out because our bigger range is more important than our smaller range. So we have to mark this out here, and we'll just do a very small box here. We can do POC/daily. All right, now let's check our monthly pivot points because I do think there was some confluence. Okay, it was we don't have any confluence there, but yeah, no real confluence with our monthly pivot points on this one. So I'm not going to pay attention to those. Let's look at our naked weekly points of control. And yes, you guys, so we also have that naked weekly point of control here at that a new one at 235. Let's see, is that the weekly? Yeah, all right. So 235. So I'm going to actually extend this box here. And we will first, let's mark it out here. a new naked weekly point of control. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And then actually, yeah, and then we have our naked weekly point of control up here as well. Now that the day has closed, this naked daily, we also have a naked weekly right next to it. So this area, 255, 256 area, is just such an important resistance to get above for Solana. I mean, golden pocket in here, value area high, daily, naked daily. I mean, there's so much in here. A weekly level down here, you know, so that box is really a crucial box. But this box here, we will pull this way. And then this box here, what we're going to do with this box is we're now going to bring it down to our naked weekly point of control here. We'll pull it sideways, POC daily, and then we'll also put our naked weekly point of control in here. 235 to 238, resistance. 245 to 247 is a resistance, and then 250 to 256 is our big resistance. Like that's our big boy right here. And then if we get above that, we can look at some other levels we have in here as well. We have another pitchfork that we have a swing failure pattern into that pitchfork, but we're just going to wait on those for now. Now to the downside, you guys, we do have a couple naked weekly points of control down here. I do like this naked weekly point of control right here at 155 because we do have our liquidity that's resting down there as well. And then as well, I am going to go ahead and pull a naked weekly point of control. Let's do this one here. Naked weekly point of control here. Okay, let's turn that off and we will zoom in on support levels now. So we have our resistances above us. Here we go. Now to the downside. Well, if we make new lows, of course, we have our swing failure pattern of these lows here. Last big daily lows. I mean, we're on the 12-hour chart, but they're still daily lows as well at 155. So we have the SFP into our naked weekly point of control at 155. That is going to be a definite key level to watch here. Let's do this, and this is a very small box, so we'll do something like that. Naked weekly point of control / SFP. Okay, and then now I want this to take some time to align up, but our pitchfork midline could be around the other naked weekly point of control at 146. I'm not going to mark a box out for that yet. All right, let's zoom in onto the 2-hour chart and let's look locally at this thing. Solana here, we are rejecting from our bearish backtest of the pitchfork, but you can see we have reclaimed our big range value area high. Now we have not reclaimed the small range value area high that was at the top of the channel just above us at 225, but this big range value area high is more important. You can see earlier in the day, we did bust above it, back tested, and then we went higher. So we have reconfirmed, and you can also see this 2-hourly candle opened right at it, and we got a volume impulse up back within the range. So we can do a couple things here on the local chart on the 2-hour. We can do a Fibonacci pull from the last low here to our highs that we made, and let's look at our 0.5. 0.5 is around the back test of our value area low at 205, pretty much 205. So if this is like a 1 wave here, a 2 wave here, a 3 wave all the way up to here, our 4 wave could come down to our 0.5, and our 5th wave could end in this area up here around the 235 to 238 at our daily, or it could go even higher. We can see that. Now, you don't want it to go too much higher than this because then your 5th wave would be higher than your 3rd wave or longer. We don't want that to happen. But we could also look at this as a much bigger impulse on higher time frames. If it's going to be the start of a much bigger impulse to the upside, we can look at all of this as a wave 1, retrace to the 0.5 for a wave 2, pump up to 256 area for a wave 3, drop, and then go higher. Now, this is our local 0.5 from this low. We'll also do another Fibonacci pull from the lows of the flash crash to the highs of today. And our golden pocket, okay, so golden pocket, I mean, if we do range for a bit, our golden pocket's going to be coming around the midline of the descending channel. Let's see here. I think I have another. No. All right. So this has been hit. We can get rid of this. Let's go to our daily here. All right, if we close this we did close that candle green. So we do have a daily support level now is below us as well here. 203. And I now would say, and let's look at this 382, because if it is a strong trend, okay, yeah, so we are starting to find some confluence. Let's zoom back in onto the hourly. So if we do our Fibonacci pull from the let me grab this 382 and let's shift it over. All right. Just locally here, you can see our 382 is pretty much right on top of our daily here. I'm just going to repull that to make sure it's perfect. There we go. It is right on top of our daily. So if this is a strong move to the upside, the 382 often acts as resistance, and it's also around the 0.5 of our smaller move. And our value area low back test is in here, and our daily's in here. So our first real level of support is going to be coming in around 205 to 203. This box right in here. Now, this box here, we want to do, let's see, daily 382. There we go. And let me pull this a little bit more. All right, so 203 to 205 is our local support area. If we lose that, then we probably are going to come down at least to this midline. The midline is around 198 to, depending on time, how long it takes, 199 to like 196. And then if we lose that, we're probably, we do have our golden pocket pull. Let's do another pull here. And then let's look at our golden pocket. So we do have liquidity right below this golden pocket. So we would probably want to look honestly for the 786. The swing failure pattern of this low into our 786 at 185. Let's go on to here and let's go to our dailies. We might have a naked daily point of control down here as well. Okay, we do, but it's not. That naked daily point of control is actually close to our golden pocket. Not really. Man. Nope, don't like it. All right. So we do have this naked daily point of control at 196. If it takes a while to chop in this range for a bit and then we lose it, our midline could align with that. Let's just mark it out here so that it's on the chart. Okay. That's about it for Solana, you guys. We have our bigger supports to the downside. Our local one is from 203 to 205 and then 196. If we lose those, we do have this 155 area down here and 146. We also have the bottom. We could look for the SFP of the lows from yesterday into the bottom of the band. Now, I know that's kind of a big SFP, but we see that kind of crap all the time on altcoins, especially if things get volatile. And then to the upside, that right above us, we do have our value area low of our smaller range in confluence with the top of the channel at 225. Above that is our naked weekly point of control into our daily from 235, really 236, closer to 236 to 238. And our point of control is also in there. Now we do have a box there, but let me pull this box over so that it's ready. All right. And then, of course, above us is the big one from 250 to 256. We break those, then we'll make a new video on new levels. All right, that's it for Solana. We did Ethereum, we did Solana. Let's go to Avalanche here. Let's zoom out onto the 6-hour chart. So Avalanche is reclaiming its pitchfork. You can see we kind of had a bounce from the value area low of this range. This big range, really, of all this sideways price action here. Let me make sure that's pulled all the way. Here we go. Okay, and so we're reclaiming our value area low. We're trying to reclaim it. We reclaimed it, and we're trying to bounce for hold it as a back test. Now you can see the back test of this value area low is going to be coming in around the bottom of the pitchfork. So that is around $27 here, 27.1 to 26.95 or 26.780 really. So that's our local back test right now. If we continue higher, we have our point of control. We have the swing failure pattern of the highs from before this big capitulation into our naked weekly point of control, our regular point of control of the big multi-week range, and our pitchfork band is nearby if we go up there really quickly. So that's between 36 and really $36 and $37 here. And then if we break that to the upside, we do have the SFP of these highs at $45, right above our golden pocket and the top of our pitchfork band. Now, locally to the downside, we do have the swing failure pattern to the downside at $17. We need to be aware of that. And why don't we zoom out here onto the daily chart? Okay, we do have a new daily, we have a few daily levels that I actually haven't marked out. So we have this daily level here. Now this daily level is right around our other box here. So we could probably just include that in the box. Wait, I messed that up. There we go. But I don't like that daily as much as the daily that's actually in our box right here. So we can actually click on this box and we can add the daily into it. So that $42 to $45 area is a strong resistance here. Actually, the weekly's in there as well, so that's even more important here. Wow, so 42 to 45 is a very strong resistance area. We have a lot of confluence up here of resistance. This is an area where I will be looking for a short, and if I long it before then, I will be looking for a TP on the long from there. Okay, we got our naked weekly point of control, our point of control and a swing failure pattern into that. And then let's go on to our 4-hour chart. We even have a naked daily point of control up there, but let me check the weeklies first to see if we have a weekly. Now we're really hitting into a naked daily point of control right now as support from yesterday's naked daily point of control that wasn't touched yet. So we could bounce locally from that, but it is around the back test of the value area high here. So, and then it's also a naked weekly from yesterday's close, obviously being a Sunday. Let's mark this guy out here. Naked weekly point of control at 33.8 pretty much. Okay. And we will do a couple Fibonacci pulls here. We can do a Fibonacci pull from these highs to the lows here. And let's look at our 382. Okay, 382 is a bit lower. Don't like that. Even though our naked weekly point of control is next to the 0.5, but I don't like it. And our 786 is at the top of the pitchfork band up here at $40. But I do like this 42 to 44 better. So I'm not going to mark that out. Let's bring this all the way to the top. Here we go. Okay, so now our 786 is in alignment with our value area high of that range at $48. That is going to be a level to be watching if we break above our other resistance, but our other resistance is far stronger right now. And we have to get above that to get into this level. So this will do 786 value area high. Okay. Okay, that's the golden pocket I have marked out already. All right. Now, to the downside locally, we do have just this back test here. And if we zoom in, let's zoom in onto the 12-minute chart. See, I don't know why the value area low changes when you zoom in onto the 12-minute chart. Now it's like where we bounce, but when we are on the 4-hour chart, it's up here, and we're back testing it after breaking back into it. So that's some sort of glitch that TradingView has that I do not like. That all it does is cause confusion. Anyways, I do see a sort of ascending channel that we're trading in here. Let's go from the lows to these lows here up to, yeah, and let me make that our normal pink channel. So we're trading in this ascending channel here. Volume is decreasing. I mean, we did have one spike of volume in through here, and that was actually when we broke back above this pitchfork level. So that's actually a good thing to see, a spike of volume when you're breaking back into a pitchfork or into a value area, a range, or anything like that. That's a good sign. So it means we're trying to reestablish back within. But you can see the top of the decent, the bullish back test of our pitchfork, which was also the bullish back test of our value area low on higher time frames. Let's zoom out to the 2-hour. You can see the value area low is around the bottom of our channel. If I zoom back in onto the 15-minute chart, you can see the bottom of our channel here at 26.6-ish. This is going to be a key level to be watching if we're going to continue this trend. Now, we can also do very locally. You can do the golden pocket pulls from low to high here. And we do have this golden pocket. Now, if we break this channel to the downside, I talk about this all the time, you guys. When we break a channel to the downside, you often come for the liquidity of at least the second pivot of that channel. The second pivot of our channel has some liquidity resting down here, and it's right into our golden pocket. I love swing failure patterns into golden pockets. They work tremendously. So 24 to 23.85 is going to be a local support level as well. Now, this is very locally. If we're really going to continue to trend in kind of our low volume trending range. So that there is a level I'd be watching locally. And then if we continue, really, we can always watch for the swing failure pattern of the lows. If not, we're coming down to 17 to swing fail pattern those lows. And then if we break that, we'll look at it after that. So that is going to be Avalanche. Let's go to XRP. Now, XRP as well, you guys. XRP is hitting into the box that I drew out yesterday for it, but you can see we're trying to bust above it, actually. We're trying to flip it to support right now. So let's go ahead and zoom out onto the 4-hour chart here. And we also did break above our anchored VWAP here, which was really important to see as well. But we do have above us, we have this weekly. So let me get rid of this now. Here, that golden pocket. We're in a resistance now. So we could start to chop in this box here, start to form a range, and then continue up to the next resistance. Our next resistance is at 302 up here. We do have a few things up here. Our weekly, our value area low, and our pitchfork band. Now that pitchfork band is, I never redrew the pitchfork band yet, but let's pitchfork yet, but we're gonna do this range here, just this upper price action here. You can see our value area high is in that upper price action. And now our point of control, now that we flipped it and broke above it, we can look for it as a support. And actually this value area high is in this one. I think we have another value area low that's in this one is the value area low of just this range here. See, our value area low is at our weekly up here. So that's that. And then of course we did have this very, very small box up here. That is still a very key level because we have a naked daily point of control, the swing failure pattern, and we have the value area high of our upper range up there. All right. So we're at our value area high of our bigger range, this bigger range here on the 4 hour. If we lose it, our point of control to the downside is now going to be a potential support. Once we break the point of control, we can look for a bullish back test to flip it to support to continue higher. So let's do a Fibonacci pull from the lows of the move to our highs right now. Well, first of all, our value area low is around our golden pocket level. So that is right away, we're going to mark that out as a potential support level. Also, we have our weekly down there. Now, this weekly, let me double check to see if this is the weekly that we tapped or if I just drew this last night. No, we tapped into that weekly. So that is a tapped weekly. So we have to be aware of that. Let's go on to the daily. Okay, yeah. We do have a daily support level, though, at the back test of our anchored VWAP. Now, that is nice to see right there locally for local support. Let's pull this out, and this is going to be our value area low, golden pocket support area down here. Okay. Zoom back in onto the hourly chart. And let's do a golden pocket pull from the higher low to our new highs here. And our local golden pocket from the second wave. If this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2. And well, it would have to be a double 1-2 at this point if we're going to correct down to here. But that's still bullish. So if we want to look for bullish continuation, our local support level here as well is our most local golden pocket in confluence with our big range point of control. So that is important. So point of control of the big range and our golden pocket here. And that is from 240 to 243. These levels here, and then this level here. Now that daily, no, this daily we can get rid of. That's an old daily. Right, our very, very first local support level right below us. Now, I'd be careful with this one because if we're going to start to reject from this value area high, we could easily come down to the point of control. But we do have our new daily support that just closed, you know, at market close today. It confirmed we do have a new daily support right at the back test of our anchored VWAP as well at 257.8 or 257.8, really $2.58. So this is our very, very first level. I'm not even going to put a box there, but just be aware that that is our first very local support level there. If we look at our 382 of this move, let's look at the 382. So 382 of that move is around there as well. I would pay attention to that area, but it's only a local support area. So be very careful because if Bitcoin starts to drop back down and see a real retrace, we could swipe through this so fast that you wouldn't even know it's there. And then, yeah, these two are our major ones that I would watch. Local support levels. Let me emphasize local support levels. So, you guys, if Bitcoin starts dumping hard again, we could bust through those so easy that we don't even care. Now, we did SFP those lows, so let me get rid of that. And let's zoom out onto the daily chart and let's look at levels below us. Really, I mean, all that we have left, you guys, is kind of this area here, the 0.5 of the very big retrace and our daily. And I know this is a big area here, but this is the support level. So from 140 to 128 or 129, really, what I'd be watching there. We do have the internal lows of this last daily lows in there as well. These swing failure patterns. So yeah, 139 to 127, I would say. That is a big box of resistance for an altcoin, but or support. That's a big box of support, a big percentage. But you can also wait for it to get to the 0.5 if we break the daily. If it bounces from the daily, you could look for a long from the daily, put your stop below the wick that was made into the daily. And then if it breaks the daily, you can look down here towards the bottom of the box. And then, yeah, to the upside, this we're at a resistance now. We have our resistance above us there. And then at that 328.5 level, you can't really see the box because it's so thin, but we do have that box up there. These naked daily point of control, swing failure pattern, and it is our value area high of our bigger range as well. Of our upper range. Sorry, not bigger range, of our upper range. Okay, so that's pretty much it for XRP. Locally, I would just be watching, and this looks pathetic right here. Let me pull this out. There we go. That area is our local support. Now, local support, the most local is 258. Then we have our point of control here at like 241, 240 to 242. This next support level is 210 to 216. And I would even say, yeah, 210 to 216. Now, that weekly down there has been tapped. But it is still, yeah, I mean, I'll take it off the chart just so we don't get confused. Okay, so that is pretty much it on XRP. Now let's go next to, well, Trump coin is just still doing, you guys. Trump coin's just still grinding down in this channel. I mean, it's like dying. So really, we just got to watch for it. And I did want to see the back test of the channel here again. Now, if we lose, like we can do a Fibonacci pull on the 4-hour chart. We can go from the lows to our highs, and let me make sure that's right. There we go. And let's check our golden pocket. It's right at the bottom, the back test of the channel. So 17.64. Be very careful trading this now. I would say be very, very careful trading this. Also, this is on KCEX. That was the original chart that I was using. So I'm sure there are better charts now, but I just haven't I haven't taken the time to switch it over to like a Coinbase chart or a Bybit chart. Right now, I'm not really concerned with trading Trump coin anymore. I wanted to trade it when it was nice and volatile and there was a lot of liquidity, but not anymore. All right, Link. This will be the last one I do for tonight because I do got to get going. But Link here, you guys, Link had a very nice recovery. You can see we hit into the bottom of our descending channel. The same sort of descending channel. You can see it here in blue. Same sort of descending channel that Solana, Ethereum, all these other ones are trading, and all these altcoins are trading in these bigger descending channels. And we bounced from the bottom of the descending channel, got a nice move up through our weekly. Now, this weekly, actually, we busted through it to the bottom and to the top, so I'm going to get rid of that. But you can see where we're kind of finding resistance here is around our value area low. Actually, we're trying to back test the channel. We broke above the channel midline here, and we're actually in the process of back testing it as we speak. I think we just did that like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, half an hour ago. You can see we back tested our value area low after reclaiming it, tried to get a new bounce. We couldn't. Now we're back testing our channel, and we're getting a bounce from the back test of the channel right now. And then if we do continue to move higher, we need to now stay above this value area low. But actually, this looks pretty bullish for Link right now. And we could see a move up on Link here. Let me check something out. I think I had a long on Link. Let's see here. No, not yet. Okay. All right. Let's zoom out to the 4-hour chart. Now, our next resistance is above us. So what we can do is, remember, we rejected from the top of the channel. Right here was also the value area high of our range, of this range here, from this whole entire channel's price action. We rejected from the value area high and the top of our channel. We dropped all the way to the bottom of our channel. So now we'll do a Fibonacci pull from that important high here to our lows and our golden pocket. Okay, we have our this is tough because we do have our golden pocket around our naked weekly point of control. We also have this internal liquidity before this last big capitulation here. So let's mark this out here, and I would say that this is a resistance, but I probably wouldn't include the 618. I would just say this level here. And let me turn this purple. Okay, so that is from 22 to like 23.2. 22.7 to 23.2 is our first local resistance. Now be careful, because if we back test this and confirm this bullishly, retest it up in here, we could bounce much higher. We do have our bigger box that I marked out yesterday here. This is our, let's see if I have the, yeah. Well, it's still the channel top. It's near the channel top. It's also our value area high, our golden pocket, and we have a daily up in there as well. So this area is an important resistance, 25 to 25.2 to 26.6, really, I'm going to say. And then, but our point of control is an important level. You can see how well it's been respected all through this. So our point of control here, let's look at our local 786. I bet you our point of control is around, yeah. So our 786 point of control of the local move is going to be there as well. So at $24 to 24.2, I am going to mark that out because our point of control is so strong. Until we get above it, it is going to act as a resistance. So this is 786 point of control. Okay. And then we will also check, let's zoom out onto the weekly chart. We have that weekly marked out already. And then this, now we can actually change this to a weekly now that we have confirmed a weekly there. Okay, so that's it for that. And then let's go to the daily chart and let's look at the daily close. Yeah, our daily close. We do have a support level now down here. Our daily down here. Okay, and then we will also turn on our naked weekly points of control. Yeah, we already have that naked weekly marked out. So that's already been marked out. Now we do have a new naked weekly, but the week hasn't closed yet. Actually, no, that is including this. Yeah. Okay, so that is not valid yet until the week closes. But let's go into our naked daily points of control, because there might be a daily down there as well. Naked daily. Yes, we do have a naked daily point of control down there. Here we go. Naked daily point of control at pretty much 19.195. Let me mark that out better. So this naked daily point of control was pretty much right exactly where that weekly was that I just took off the chart. Now that weekly's been tapped, but we just need to be aware that it's right around there, because it could still, even though it's been tapped, it can still act as a confluence zone. All right, and now what we can do, let's turn this off. Monthly pivot points. Okay, I don't like. I mean, we do have that monthly pivot point up here as well with this box, so we can extend that. There you go. That's the only one I mean, we do have this one up here next to our, what is that even? Let me turn this off. I know this chart looks messy, guys. Oh, next to our value area high. So we do have a naked weekly or a S2 pivot next to this value area high, but that's in our box. That's in our box here. It's really next to this liquidity, closer to that liquidity at $27. But I'm not paying too much attention to that one. Pull this. It was right here. Actually, I'm going to keep that exact and we'll do this. Okay. All right. Now to the downside of local support levels. Let's zoom in onto the 1 hour chart. I mean, this thing's kind of trading in a channel too. If we go to like the 15-minute, it doesn't look as nice. Let's actually try something from the bottom here to these area and then bring it up to here. Yeah, I mean, we were trading in a nice channel. Besides this deviation here, we've been trading in this nice descending channel, but we could be losing, or ascending channel, excuse me, but we could be losing it right now. So looks like we back tested the big weekly or the bigger descending channel midline. We're trying to get back within the channel, and we're also trying to get back at this above this value area low. If we do reject here, we are going to see a dump a little bit out of this channel. So what do I say? Anytime you see a dump out of the channel, you can come for the second pivot of the channel. Actually, we're not out of the channel yet. We're trying to sustain the channel right now. So let's do a golden pocket pull. We'll go from the lows of the channel to the highs of the channel. Let's look at our local golden pocket. And yeah, you guys, so we do have the liquidity of this golden pocket right. The second pivot of the channel's liquidity is right in the golden pocket at $18 and 18.13. So this is definitely a local support level, just like the setup on what was that, Solana or Avax, I think it was. One of them. Anyways, I can't even remember which one it was now. All right, so we have our SFP into GP. And that's the second pivot liquidity, which is important of our ascending channel there. And then, of course, if we do our more local golden pocket pull from the second pivot of the channel up to the highs of the channel, you can see that okay, there we go. And our golden pocket, our golden pocket's a little bit higher than our naked daily point of control, but the 786 is going to be right around there. I would actually, and then our VWAP closes right around there. So this is if we lose the support we're at now, this is a support level as well. So this box is from 19.2 to 18, pretty much to $19. 19.24 to $19 is our very first local one. I like this one much better here because if we break this channel, we're probably going to break down to at least this level here. But we're just going to be aware of it because it is a naked daily point of control, and those are strong. We're trying to stay in the channel right now. You can see we're really, really trying hard to stay in this channel. And we are bouncing from our midline of our bigger descending channel and trying to get above our value area low. So I actually think it's going to hold. We need to break this very small descending channel then. So if we go in on the 1 minute chart, we are in a smaller descending channel on the 1 minute chart. Looks like we're kind of breaking it already. Let's go from these highs to these highs here. Nope. Here we go. And then like bring it down to these lows. So you can see that 1 minute descending channel that we've kind of been trading in. Yeah, we're breaking it. So that's good. Breaking it, back testing it, and then going up higher. Okay. We need to get above the VWAP right now if we want to see this sustain. Because if we reject from here, we're probably going to break the channel on the next try down. Okay, so that is Chainlink. Let's go to the 4 hour chart. Let me just check real quick. Now to the downside, I did talk about this as well. So let me get rid of this channel. I mean, that's what we're in right now, but we're going to break it before I wake up tomorrow morning, so I'm just going to get rid of it. $15, you guys. $15 is our naked weekly point of control in confluence with the 0.65 of our macro golden pocket. I am looking for a swing long from $15 if we get down to $15. This could be, and then we also would have our SFP of yesterday's flash crash rose into this flash crash lows. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, but this area here is just such a juicy level that I am looking for a swing long from if we do come down here. That's it. All right, guys. I hope this video helps you. Let me know if you want me to cover any alts in the comments. I will try to do that tomorrow. And let's check Bitcoin real quick before we go. Because before I left, I talked about this smaller head and shoulders pattern that could be playing out. And we want to see a right shoulder come in and then start to lose it. So we kind of did see this head and shoulder, you guys. We did see a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breaking our neckline to the downside. And remember, the measured move of that was around our pitchfork band down here. Let's zoom out onto the hourly chart. Right around this 98.5 to, well, it was closer. Let's turn on the pitchfork. No, I'm sorry. I'm confusing it. It was right around this pitchfork band here. So that's the breakdown of our very small 6-minute channel or head and shoulders. Gosh, I need to go to bed. So this is our first local support area right around here. And you could, yeah, it's also going to be, I think, our golden pockets from here to here. Yeah, it's our golden pocket as well. So very local golden pocket at 99.7, 93, 99.8 really to 99.650 is going to be the back test of our band as well, of our bearish pitchfork band. So this is our very first local support breaking down from this head and shoulders that we're seeing. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder here. This was kind of our neckline. We're breaking it down. We can take our measured move. And remember, our measured move came to right about this area here in the middle of our pitchfork band. So that is what we're looking at right now. Bitcoin's probably going to be slow overnight. It doesn't look like Asia. If anything, Asia's just going to see a correction. Now, one thing I do want to say, you guys, is this price movement down here so far looks pretty corrective. And if we turn on our volume, we have very low volume so far on the push down. That doesn't mean it can't kick in. I think if we lose this local level here between 99.8 and 99.6, then volume could kick in and we can drop all the way to our large point of control on Coinbase at 98, pretty much 98,587, I think it is on Coinbase. That's where we need support to hold. If we do not have our Coinbase point of control and our 0.5 hold here, that's when we can get in trouble, you guys. So until we lose that, we can say that this is going to be a retracement, a bullish retracement to make another higher low before even moving up to our 103 value area high and 0.65 up here. But I do like this. This level here for me is a very important level to be watching for a local support here. Okay, that's it, guys. Everyone have a good night or day or wherever you're at. Have a good whatever, good everything.